Welcome to this Tutor to You topic video that focuses on urban greening in Manchester. This is part of Paper 2, Unit A, Urban Issues and Challenges. Manchester's green space coverage varies significantly between the city centre and the broader urban area. The city centre has a notably low proportion of green space. Around less than 5% of the city centre is dedicated to green areas, which has prompted initiatives aimed at transforming underutilised spaces such as car parks into green areas. The idea here is to enhance urban livability and environmental quality. However, in contrast, the wider Greater Manchester area is approximately 54.2% green space. This includes parks, private gardens, playing fields and woodlands. In 2023, the Ordnance Survey ranked Manchester 11th amongst UK cities for green space, with 20.4% of its overall area designated for green space. However, in comparison to London, which is almost 50%, this is quite low. Manchester has numerous major green spaces across the wider city. Notable examples include Heaton Park, which is a site of over 400 acres in Prestwich, North Manchester, and is pictured on the screen. It's the largest park in Manchester and one of the largest municipal parks in the whole of Europe, featuring woodlands. It also has ornamental gardens, a boating lake, a golf course, an animal farm, as well as a historic Heaton Hall. It also hosts major events such as the Oasis reunion gigs that took place last summer. In addition, there is Wythenshawe Park, which is a site of around 270 acres in South Manchester, and it is the second largest green space in the city. This is home to Wythenshawe Hall, and it offers woodlands, meadows, sports facilities, a community farm, and a horticultural centre. And then we have Mayfield Park in the city centre, which opened in 2022. This is Manchester's first new public park in over a century. To stress the importance of urban greening, there is the Manchester Grey Outdoors Strategy. This was first adopted in 2015 and refreshed in 2022, and it serves as the city's blueprint for integrating green infrastructure, which includes parks, trees and gardens, and blue infrastructure, which includes rivers, canals and ponds. This comprehensive plan emphasises the multifunctional benefits of natural spaces, for example, climate adaptation, supporting biodiversity and creating recreational opportunities. And it has been recognised nationally for the approach it's taken and the commitment to enhance urban ecosystems. So we're going to have a look at a couple of great examples of urban greening projects within Manchester city centre. The first one is Mayfield Park. This is a 6.5 acre park which opened in 2022 and is Manchester's first new public park in over a century. You can see this on the screen. It was developed as a centrepiece of a wider 1.4 billion regeneration project next to the Piccadilly station. The River Medlock here that flows through has been revealed after being hidden underground for over 50 years, and it now flows through the wetlands, which has created flood-resilient meadows and landscape walkways, and these all encourage biodiversity. This former industrial site has been transformed into a really vibrant green space with around 142 trees, 120,000 plants, wildflower lawns, and it has habitat enhancing features such as bird boxes, bat bricks, it has kingfisher perches, and it has been really carefully designed with sustainability and ecology at the heart of this. It also features a large playground. It's got things like multiple slides, climbing walls and sunken trampolines. So it's a really lovely area for families to spend time as well. The second really interesting urban greening project in central Manchester is the Castlefield Viaduct. This is often dubbed Manchester Sky Park and is described as a vivid transformation of a disused Victorian railway into an elevated urban oasis. So this was opened to the public in summer 2022 by the National Trust, and it stretches about a third of the way along this Grade 2 listed viaduct. The garden has trees, shrubs, wildflowers, and it's even got community kitchen plots. And it's set amongst the viaduct's iconic riveted girders that you can see on the screen. And it's got great views over Castlefield's canals and the city skyline. So it's a really lovely, tranquil green retreat right in the centre of Manchester's industrial heritage. The project began an 8-month pilot, and due to its popularity, it has been extended. So there are now plans evolving for phase 2, where they're going to expand paths with more planting. This has been backed by over £2.75 million in funding. Both Castlefield Viaduct and Mayfield Park are great examples of brownfield regeneration that blend Manchester's iconic industrial heritage with these new inclusive urban green spaces that hopefully will encourage further investment and regeneration into the surrounding areas. So we're now just going to move on to a much smaller type of project that we're seeing across Manchester. Manchester residents have played a really important role in urban greening through numerous grassroots projects. So these are all quite small community-based projects. And the most notable of these are Ginnell Gardens, or Ginnell Gardens, depending on how you pronounce it. There is some debate about the correct pronunciation here. Residents have converted neglected alleyways into really lush community gardens which are full of biodiversity, but they also encourage social cohesion. There are lots and lots and lots of benefits to these Ginnell Gardens, such as creating wildlife corridors and habitats for bees, butterflies and other pollinators. They also provide safe spaces to socialise and for children to play, which is obviously really good for mental health, and they create more pride and belonging into areas, which in turn reduces issues like fly tipping and litter, which previously has been a massive issue in these old abandoned ginnels. So in summary, urban greening in Manchester contributes significantly to climate resilience as green spaces help mitigate urban heat islands, manage stormwater and improve air quality, as well as biodiversity through initiatives like wildflower planting and tree corridors, which help to support wildlife and pollinators. Furthermore, it improves community well-being as access to green space enhances mental health, encourages physical activity and strengthens social ties. That concludes this Tutor to You topic video focusing on urban greening in Manchester. Thank you for watching.